I just wanted to make a quick video on my 3 laws on how to get rid of anxiety, depression, and actually be happy in your life. Now, it's just a basic premise of these ideas. Obviously, they can be expanded a lot more depending on your situation. And if you do want more help with that after I actually tell you about these ideas, you can drop me a message. But, anyways, let's get right into what those 3 laws are. Law number 1: detach yourself from the pendulum of life. Now, I'm sure if you scroll down, you'll probably see a post that I made about the pendulum. Now, the basic idea about the pendulum is that it's just an imagery we're using to actually understand how life works. Is that one side, let's say the right side, is the good things that happen, and the left side, the bad, okay? Now, it's inevitable from your past experiences, and however old you are, you probably realize about life that good things happen and then bad things happen. It's inevitable. You can't really do anything about it. Now, understanding that fact, instead of attaching yourself to that pendulum, going left to right, left to right, left to right, and really attaching your emotions wherever the pendulum moves, instead you detach yourself and just stay in a happy and ecstatic state all the time. Because again, from your past experiences, you understand that in the past, wherever the pendulum has gone, it has either given you the tools to actually succeed in whatever you are doing right now, or you have done in the past. So it's either giving you the experiences to be able to tackle further challenges, or it's actually delayed some things so you can get better things. And I'm sure if you really break things down and write everything down, you will find that wherever the pendulum has gone, it has been in your favor. If you haven't found out things right now, you probably will eventually. So if you detach yourself knowing that fact from your past experiences, and you've clearly written down all those things that have happened in the past and that have served you well right now, or have served you well, what you can understand is, if you just detach yourself and just understand that the pendulum is quite chaotic, once you understand its nature, then it's a lot easier for you to completely detach yourself from it. Now, what that will do is it will get rid of all those sad moments, depression, being uneasy, not knowing what's going to happen. Because you know from past experiences that when you detach yourself from the pendulum, be in a happy state, wherever the pendulum is going, it is in your favor. Now, what can you actually do in life, right, to actually get what you want? It's just actions. What can you do? Do the right actions. If you're worried about not being at the place that you want to be at, or you're frustrated, you work so hard, ask yourself, what have you done objectively? What actions have you done? The right actions. What have you done to get to where you want to get to? And most of the time, the answer is that you're not doing enough actions, or you're not even doing the right actions. Doing things does not equate to doing the right things, right? So my point is that once you detach yourself from the pendulum, you're in a state where you can really look at things like, what can you do in that exact moment? If it's a good moment, then enjoy it. If it's a bad moment, then detach yourself. What actions can you do? And obviously, when you're in a happy state, what that allows you to do is really focus in on those actions in a more creative and better way. It really allows you to do the things you want to do in a successful manner. Now, that's the basic premise of law number 1. Law number 2 is understanding the 80-20 principle, Pareto's law. Now, all it says is that 80% of the world's wealth comes from 20% of the people. 80% of your daily productivity comes from only 20% of the tasks that you're doing. So that's quite profound. That it basically says that only 20% of the things that you do throughout the day, right, excluding all the fluff tasks, they actually give you the momentum to where you actually want to get to, as in the actual productivity you're getting is from the minute amount of tasks that you are doing throughout the day. So understanding that fact, what you're going to do simply for law number 2 is write down clearly your goals. It could be financial goals, it could be whatever item that you want. If you want to look a certain way, write down where you want to get to. Happiness in humans comes from 2 things: progress towards your goals and being present in the moment. Now, thing is, to be present in the moment, which means good thoughts, it all comes down from good emotions. So what I'm trying to say is good emotions equals good thoughts, not the other way around. So what you're going to have to do is actually be doing the right actions, understanding the 80-20 principle, and aligning, once you've written down your goals, aligning your actions towards your goals, not doing the fluff tasks, completely getting rid of the fluff tasks and only doing the 20%. In that way, whatever you're doing throughout the day, it's directly aligning towards what you want in life, and which then is making you happy. It's getting positive emotions out of you, which equates to positive thoughts. Positive thoughts means you are present and appreciating that moment. It's not forcefully making yourself appreciate that moment. It's actually those moments that you don't even expect it. You're just there and just realize things around you and you're like, wow, I'm so grateful. Those are the moments that you really appreciate things around you. I know this is a long video, but I'm going to finish it off with law number 3, which is appreciating the wisdom of uncertainty. Now ask yourself, when you're driving on the motorway, 70, 80 miles per hour, can you guarantee the person in front of you won't just do a harsh brake and you won't collide into them? A healthy human's heart beats 70 to 100 times a minute. Are you controlling even one of those heartbeats? Are you actively thinking that I really need to beat my heart this minute? It's like 1 or 2 less than the last minute. Or are you actively pumping blood into your muscles or your brain or your heart, right? No, it's all just happening by itself. So what that tells us is us humans, all we can do is the right action with a happy state. Again, going back to why the happy state, because it makes you more creative, making your actions more effective. Now, the points that I laid out, it's not to depress you, right? That you don't have a lot in your control. It's actually quite exciting that literally anything can happen as long as you don't fixate yourself and project your future because of your previous experiences. Your opinions come from experiences, right? Now, what people do is, if for any reason they have had some bad experiences or bad thoughts about certain things, what they do is they're projecting a similar future, right? And what that projection of a similar future does is that you do not change your actions and you continue to do the same actions that resulted in that thing. It could be either things that were out of your control or maybe it was your fault. So what you continue to do is then do the exact same actions to result you to have the exact same future as you did before. So it's a vicious cycle that keeps on happening, right? So what I'm trying to say here is appreciating the wisdom of uncertainty. If you do not know what's about to happen, if you're kind of nervous, like a lot depends on a certain situation, all you can do is the right actions with a happy state, right? If you're destroying your mental you're promoting mental illness of yourself by really making yourself down about certain things that are happening, right? You're making yourself down, depressed. all it's doing is taking your ability to actually do the right actions to get out of that situation. And all you can do is just leave it, right? Because it's not like you're controlling everything anyway, right? Everything is just happening by itself. All humans are doing are the right actions are in their hands. So appreciating the wisdom of uncertainty, being excited of what could potentially happen in your life if you keep on doing the right actions. I really want you to re-watch this video, right? Really understand these topics. And obviously they can be expanded a lot more to really guarantee that you do not get depression, anxiety, and actually be happy for the rest of your life, because honestly, it's not true that you're going to suffer with depression or anxiety for the rest of your life, or that it's a constant battle. That is the biggest fallacy ever. It's simple frameworks that you can use for your mind to completely eradicate those emotions that you get, the unpleasant emotions that you keep getting. And the basic premise for getting rid of those things are these 3 laws. Remember, the basic takedown of this video would be, if you're unhappy with something, really think objectively, what have you actually done to get what you want or to get out of that situation? And stop putting yourself down. You're only taking your own ability to actually solve problems, because remember, being happy makes you more creative, which equates to thinking of better solutions to actually getting out of that problem. Thank you. I really hope this made sense. And again, if you do want to see how you can apply these laws into your own life and completely eradicate those negative emotions that you are getting, drop me a message for any free advice, and I'll be really ecstatic to help anyone out.